Good evening, everybody, and welcome to, wait for it, Wednesday night speedrunning here on the Nick RP stream. What? We don't stream on a Wednesday, but we ain't streaming tomorrow. And this isn't a full stream. We're obviously starting an hour later than we usually would, but we're just going to get in just a tiny little bit more practice before this weekend. Welcome to the stream, folks. I thought that would be on. There we go. You saw nothing. Literally, you saw nothing. There was nothing there. You saw nothing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this short little bonus stream. Partly to make up for the fact that there's no normal Thursday stream tomorrow, and also because I just wanted to get one last little bit of practicing before the weekend. Hey Tom, hey Rorschach, welcome both. So yeah, this weekend is Albion Speedrun Collective. It is the event that I've been working on for about 6 months, at least. Properly hard working on for like the last 4 months. This all, hey Sanjay, but this all started like back in it must have been back in September, October. In fact, I can tell you when, if I go to the Discord server and look at when the Discord server was first set up. That's kind of when it was. 22nd of July 2025 is the earliest message I can find just off the bat. I don't know if there's anything that tells you how early something was set up, but just checking. I have a moderator only section, and there's an auto mod post from the 22nd of July. So yeah, this has been at the very least in the works since July. The welcome rules was created on the 22nd of July. So yeah, there's a very good chance the 22nd of July is the start of this. So yeah, so July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So nearly 9 months since I first started reaching out to the community to say, here's what I want to do. Who's on board? And lots of people said, we're on board. And now 9 months later, we've got a crew headed to Manchester this weekend for Albion Speedrun Collective's inaugural event. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be hard work. It's going to be terrifying. But I'm really hoping that this is the start of something new, and special, and great for the British speedrunning scene. Time will tell this weekend. But you all know that because you're already following Albion Speedrun on Twitch and albionspeedrun.co.uk on Blue Sky and all that good stuff. So you don't need all of this introduction. We are also doing something else slightly different today. After last night's stream, some people may have gotten emails or may have got notifications or anything that I was live again. I decided to have another look at Restream.io because talking to one of our Restream leads, Instasim, Instasim recently did Insta Speedathon 2026 and streamed it to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Now, we're not doing that for Albion because I wasn't so sure about it, and we've all agreed that let's focus on Twitch for now and then we can look at YouTube later. But he streamed it using Restream.io, and I said to him, oh, how are you using Restream.io without the watermark in the top right? And he said, there is no watermark. I was like, oh, are you paying for it? I was like, no, I use the free version and there's no watermark. So I was like, okay, that seems weird. And I looked into it, and it turns out that if you use Restream Studio, which is basically their version of OBS, then yes, there is a watermark. But if you send your stream from your own OBS to Restream.io, the watermark doesn't appear. Now, the watermark does appear on your Restream stream, so I can watch the stream on Restream.io. and there is a watermark there, and there's a little X on it to click it, and when you click it, it says, want to remove this? Upgrade. But when it actually goes out to Twitch and YouTube, there is no watermark. So we're trying this for the first time in a long time. So hopefully it will mean both streams look and feel better, but we'll see. I have no idea. But it certainly seemed to work for InstaSim, and hopefully it'll work for us. To get started with the actual practice tonight, I don't want to just do a run. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some freaking hardcore running of the same section over and over and over and over and over again. And of course, I'm talking about Ponnehoven Warehouse. Yes, I want to practice Warehouse 1, Warehouse 2 over and over again until I freaking got these down to a T, because this is doing my nutting. And if I now do it in practice first try, I'm going to be really... God damn it. First bloody try. Obviously, I'm now going to get spotted so I can do it again. First try. No problem. Why can't I do that in a damn run? But we're going to go again. I don't know how many times I'm going to go for this. But we're just going to repeat it over and over and over. Oh. Turns out I do not have the cardboard box equipped by default. So what I'm going to do just to fix that is I'm going to leave. I'm going to equip the box. Unequip it and go back in. Right, now when we restart every time, we'll be in the correct position. There should never be a position where I've got the the scope equipped.
What happened?
Oh, I didn't bump him. Let's try again. And what I'm going to do is I'm like going to keep trying this until we get some arbitrary number of attempts in a row correct.
What happened?
Oh, I got caught at the top of the stairs because I turned too early. Someone give me a number, a number between 1 and 10. Let's go with a number between 1 and 10. I might even say a number between 1 and 5. Between 1 and 10 might be a little overkill. Sanjay says 9. So, if we are going to stick with 9, Sanjay said 4. Let's go with 9 first, and if that seems a bit overkill, we'll drop down to 4.
What happened? Freeze. Huh? The enemy's here.
Wham. Oh.
What's wrong?
Interestingly, he didn't spot me. That was weird. I was not expecting to not get spotted there. Alright, for reals this time. Let's see how far we can get. So basically, I'm going to do this 9 times in a row. Without failure. Before we can move on.
What's wrong?
So that's 1. 1. 1 down. 8 to go.
What happened?
And I didn't... one thing I haven't tried yet is how much different this is with the 3D camera. Might give that a go. Is it actually any easier? No, I can't bloody see it. No, I can't see. Can't see where that guard is, and yeah, I don't like that. Solid cakewalk. I wish. All right, it's 1. We might go with 4. We might just about go with 4.
What happened? What's wrong? Intruder.
2. 2. We keep going.
What happened? What's wrong? Intruder.
3. 3 in a row. Oh, that's very low. No, wasn't far enough. You've got to get onto the stairs in order for it to work. Nope. And that doesn't work because now that guard sees me. Reset. Okay, it's definitely only going to be 4. We're not gonna go to 9. 9 was a little ambitious. So I'm gonna now keep at this until I do it 4 times in a row.
What happened? What's wrong?
1. 1 down, 3 to go. I hate that roll. I really, really do hate that roll. I thought I had it down. I thought I was like, oh, maybe I've finally got this down, but apparently not. Yep. It's also got to be first try. I think I'm now overthinking it.
What happened? What's wrong?
What's wrong? 1. All I gotta do is three more times without making a mess.
What happened?
This should be 2.
What's wrong? Intruder.
2. That's 2. Halfway there. We start again. We could be here for a while, folks. Right. I'm going to preemptively say 1. It does tend to be that if I can just get onto the steps. Well, I maybe shouldn't have preemptively said 1, should I? Oh.
What happened?
1. Ding, 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 ding. Dun, 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 dun.
What happened? A box. What's wrong?
2. Halfway there. 2 down, 2 to go. And if I make it, we'll then keep going and see how far I can go.
What happened? A box. What's wrong?
3. 1 more. We've done it 3 times in a row. That's fine.
What happened?
No, it just wasn't quite on the steps. No. We need a lap skip. That's better. That's a much better roll.
What's wrong?
1. This is funny because, like, the HD edition is one of the only versions of the game that doesn't have a lab skip. That's fine.
What's wrong?
2. 2 down. Halfway there.
What happened?
Oh.
Box. What's wrong?
No! Oh, and then I get that one where I just don't quite roll up. You did. I was about to say, do I need to roll? Yes, you do, because you could. You could probably CQC slam the last guard. That's not far enough up the steps. Come on. I need your energy, folks. Give me your energy. I've got some sick Coke energy right next to me, actually. That's not like Coke energy drink or anything. Just I've got some Coke. Coca-Cola, not, you know,
What's wrong?
Coke. That's all not. Shows how much I know about freaking drugs. So for Coke, yeah, you puff Coke, don't you? A little cigarette. Fuck's sake.
What happened? What's wrong?
2. All right, 2 in a row. Oh, Snake didn't bump him. He didn't bump him. He just ran right past him.
What happened? What's wrong?
1. Come on, how are we gonna get... I've got to get to 4. Got to get to 4. And folks, don't go celebrating too early when we get to 4. Because you know what's coming next. No surprises for guessing what happens after we get 4. Oh, for fuck's sake.
What happened? What's wrong?
I've got to get that. I got to get that roll better. That's really bad. That I'm screwing up that roll there. That's supposed to be the easiest roll of the whole thing. Actually, that's probably the easiest roll of the whole thing.
What happened? What's wrong? Intruder.
1. Come on. Serious face now. Let's put on our serious faces.
What happened? Fox. What's wrong?
2. Serious face. Serious face.
What happened? What's wrong?
3. That's 3. Come on.
What happened?
No, every time I get to 4, that's the same error I make every time I get to 4. Nope.
What happened? Freeze. What happened? What's wrong?
1. I'm gonna count that. I'm counting that. Technically, I killed the guy, which we shouldn't be doing, but I'm gonna count that.
What happened? What's wrong? Intruder.
2.
What happened? Freeze.
So it doesn't always work. I've done it once. I have hit Foxhound in a single session once. It's still my PB as well. Oh, that was a nice roll. It's probably not far enough up the stairs. Nope.
What happened? What's wrong? Intruder.
1. That's one.
What happened? Freeze.
It seems like if I... It seems like if I kill the guy... If I kill the guy, then the guard at the top doesn't run down. So I've got to... I'm gonna deliberately screw this up.
What happened? Freeze.
No, that doesn't work. I was hoping that the I was hoping that CQC slamming him would work instead. I don't want to kill him.
What happened? What's wrong?
All right, one. All I gotta do is do it 4 times. Then I can move on.
What happened?
It's not far enough up the stairs. Oh, it is!
What's wrong? Intruder.
2.
What happened? What's wrong? Intruder.
3. Come on. Come on! I'm definitely glad we didn't go with 9.
What happened? What's wrong? Intruder.
4! We got 4! 4 right. Now the question is, how much further can we go?
What happened? Freeze. What happened?
Apparently 4. 4 is all. And that time, and again, that time I killed the guy and the guard didn't. I don't know what it is. All right, but we've done. I've done my 4. I've done my 4. We can leave it there.
What happened?
It is strange how that one roll can just feel so different every time.
Intruder.
I kind of want to do 4 again now. Prove to myself I can do it. If I fail again, I won't keep going. We'll move on to the next one.
What happened? Freeze. Don't. Huh? The enemy's here.
That doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know what the solution is to getting that first one wrong. I kind of want to know what the solution is to if this first guard goes wrong.
What happened?
I mean, there's the barrels next to us, which is the old method is to shoot the barrels. The old method is to drop down here, oh, and shoot those barrels. but you can't then do the same trick going all the way up. I don't think... I actually can't remember what it's like doing the old method now. The problem you got is this guard moves over.
Patrol here. We found signs of enemy infiltration. What happened? What's going on?
That's the old method of doing it. What I used to find is getting up to the top, the guard on the second level would spot me at the top. If you're not like up against the barrels, he will spot you. But obviously that's slower than, you know, this method. It's just, you know, you gotta make sure you've got to be on that bottom step at the very least. Even then, you really should be aiming to be further up. There we go. All right, first set down. Victory sip. There we go. That was a good victory sip. Oh, ow. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a good victory sip. I've lied. All right. Next. You know what's coming next, folks? I hope you enjoyed Warehouse 1. Because now it's time to do the exact same thing again with Warehouse 2. Da 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 da. All right, Warehouse 2, everybody. Da na na na. Warehouse 2, Warehouse 2. Na na. We need the cigar gaff spray here. We want smoke grenades. Here we go. Same again. We use the same number. Oh, that's... Nope, that's already fudged it. Gotta be able to do it first try. Very, very tight room, this one. That's better. Bonk. Oh, I hope this works. Okay. 1.
What's wrong?
I don't know why I did that. I needed to get spotted. 1. Might be a little... yeah, that's not far enough over. Yeah, get spotted. The one thing I don't like about this room is... oh, I'm doing it too early. I genuinely thought I hadn't been spotted then. So one thing I don't like about this room is I'm really... genuinely very bad at keeping an analog stick straight. And I don't think you can do it walking. Yeah, that doesn't work. Because it's not far enough over. I get spotted by that guy. Hey! Hey, Callista! So, throw. That's better. Bonk. I do think the very next gun I want
The enemy's here.
is the... Nope, not learning. Just practicing over and over and over and over. I will continue to practice over and over again until I've got it right 4 times in a row. But you are right, this is the cooler warehouse strat. It's also better for you because you don't take a huge amount of damage. That's almost certainly failed. Yep. I don't know is whether this is any easier in the 3D camera. It's definitely easier in 3D cam. Fair enough. I think I threw that too late. It's two steps. 2 steps and then start and then throw. Not sure where I'm... What I do there is roll up the stairs, then I haven't tried that before. I find this final bit to be really... I find it really inconsistent. Okay, so... Roll. That didn't work, because Snake wouldn't shoot. Oh. Don't wait for the shot, just shoot. Again, shoot. Throwing the stun grenade too early. What? How did that guard down there see me through the smoke? Threw it too late, probably. Well. Oh, that is much better. Oh, I did like that. And I didn't shoot the wall. Because that's the other thing. I've never been quite sure. Am I supposed to shoot the wall? Am I supposed to shoot just the stairs? And then that happens. Like, it does sometimes feel inconsistent. But certainly if you're seeing something there that I'm not. Okay, 1. Remember, we've got to do this 4 times in a row. Two. 3. No, I'm just trying to get this. I'm just trying to get this strat right. It was only the last time I really started playing this. That's 3, by the way. That's 3 times. We're only going to do it 1 more time in a row. And we failed. So it was only the last time I properly played at MGS3 that I learnt the strat. Yeah. That's not, I threw it too early. So at least with the stun grenade, I always know where I'm going wrong. Roll too early. Okie dokie. So he ran it there. He ran a different way, but because I was much further up, I got past him before he really had chance. So you might be right there. That's 1. Unfortunately, that fails. That was too late. Got to get this 4 times in a row. We're not moving on. Oh, that was too far to the right, I think. Too late. I got this. Eventually. That should be better. Oh, and then I roll over the top. No, that was that time I rolled too late. So I do need to roll like once I'm on the bottom step.
What happened?
So as soon as I hit the bottom step, roll. There we go. That's better. So roll the moment I hit the bottom step and shoot straight away. So anyway, 1. Two. This is actually so much cooler with the way the guard runs and how it doesn't. It's really weird. Wait, that's 2? Is that 2 in a row? I didn't think that was going to work, but. You run the other way, but that's 3. One more. Come on. early? That was too early. And we start again. Reset that counter to 0. It's just a little too early on the grenade. Unfortunately, I think if you get any bit of this wrong, it's very near impossible to fix. And it's surprising how difficult that first roll is. I'm trying to actually look at the floor and determine where I should be stood. Because I've always just sort of used a gut feeling. Alright, here we go again. One. Counting steps could work. Five. Counting steps in that moment is quite difficult. Two. I definitely think this is easier than box headshot. Nah, it's just not. Unfortunately, it's just not quite. You just don't quite have enough time to recover.
What happened?
One. Nope, too far to the right. This is the one thing I don't like. It's kind of there's like a cross on the floor, and it's kind of just as you finish running over that. Oh, what? I've genuinely started looking at Tuxedo. But I've got too many other things to do at the moment. One. One down, 3 more to go. One day I really should learn parkour. That time, the guard was much further to the right. I know, it surprises me. It surprises me that I've never bothered to learn it. I don't get this last guard. Ugh. I know, I know it's now been done on Delta now that the category extension's alive. 1. Can you make it consistent where you throw a smoke grenade right before you roll, so the smoke lands around the stairs? It's too late. A second smoke. Oh yeah. Different categories for difficulties is something I've always wanted on the CE boards. And every time it's brought up, it just seems to be an excuse. See, I don't think that had anything to do with that smoke. Unless that's the other solution. Rather than roll and shoot, you just run up the stairs and grab him. Might be a little slower. I can see QC with the cigar spray. I guess the next question is did I even need to grab him there? Could you now just... Oh no! No, he spotted me. He spotted me as I went out, as I ran through the door. Oh, and here I thought I'd found a position I liked, but no. So the other question is could you cigar spray him? So I don't know how I'm being spotted. What if you roll instantly when you pass it? That's probably right. That's probably right, actually. Yeah, so probably roll, because he's now that's the point. He's now going down the stairs to investigate. So yeah, it's probably roll the moment the door opens. The moment the door opens, roll. Ah, that's too late. This is slightly slower, because we're not rolling up the stairs. Oh, come on. Now I can't even get the... Oh, what? Oh, I thought I'd done it there. But it might be safer. If I can get there. It certainly cuts out one bit that seemed to be somewhat inconsistent at times. Yep, there we go. I'm still not rolling. That's one then. Still not rolling as the door opens. Oh, come on. Just clip this next time I get it right. come on, Nick. What the frick am I doing wrong here? It's rolling over. I really have a problem with rolling over gates. Rolling over small railings is my Achilles heel. Oh. Ah. Okay, first of all, I don't want to change. I don't want to change cameras. Right, so rolling as the door opens isn't enough. You need to roll into the door. Presumably so he doesn't hear your footsteps. Oh no, we got a problem with the guard hearing our footsteps. I've got a solution for that. This won't work. I'll get spotted here. Question is how early could we start cooking it? It does mean one more menu. Though I suppose we've got a menu to the gun anyway, don't we? It's like, could I now cook it here? No. No, so what you need to do is you need to run up the stairs until the guard hears your footsteps. Oh, God. Small railings. I hate them. Nope, it's too early. That was too early. True, you would need to go to the gun in the next room. There you go. So the moment that guard goes, huh? Next question is, could we speed it up slightly by rolling up the stairs? Could you still roll up the stairs? No, you can't roll up the stairs because then the guard doesn't hear your footsteps, or he hears your footsteps too late. Oh, too late. All right. Anyway, so this is the slightly altered version of the Warehouse 2 strat. Run up the stairs. As soon as you get to the top of the stairs, quick a grenade. Done! What if you then roll earlier again? We can try it. Let's give it a go. So try and like go to the very right hand edge. Might be too early. Nope. No, that's fine. Oh. That's too slow. Maybe not all the way, but yeah, you don't want to be on the steps. We'll try. We'll give it a try and see what happens. So no. So presumably you need him sort of looking, yeah, looking over. Too late. It is mean, isn't it? Oh, that's way too far to the right. Right. Well, I seem to have my method. One.
What's wrong?
Yeah, I'm really bad at railings. Remember, we've got to do it 4 times in a row before we can move on. Oh, I started cooking it too early. You've really, like, I thought it would be like top of the stairs. I need the sound indicator. Don't try and judge it by position. Just wait for the guard. You would have thought by now I'd be good at actually throwing the initial grenade. Yep, it is literally the moment you hear him go, huh?
What's wrong?
Right, 1. Oh, too late. You know, I'm going to try a different idea. Nope, that doesn't work. I'll get spotted here by this guard. I just wondered. I wondered if an overarm throw from a standing position would do it instead. It's weird that he looks that way and then looks back. It's such a strange thing. But hey, if it works. Two. Two down, 2 to go. Ah! I'm just trying.
What's wrong?
That does seem to be correct, though. That does seem to work. So just step, and the moment Snake puts his takes his third step. The moment Snake puts his okay, that didn't work. That seems to work. That's certainly safer for me. Say, the moment Snake puts his full weight on his left foot. Except that apparently that's... I think that means I'm doing it too late. So maybe not... Nope, now that guard spotted me. I don't know. This is a bit confusing me. Does my camo index change? No. So I just want to try and find ways of making some of this more consistent. Well, I haven't quite got down... No, that guard sees me. There's got to be some sort of indicator I can use. I might have an indicator. That was interesting. So there's a my smoke grenade icon. There's a crack on the floor on the right. Oh, for God's sake! None of this works if I then go and screw this bit up. So if you look on the right, just above where the smoke grenade indicator in my inventory is, there's a dot on the floor. The moment it touches that dot, oh come on, me! Oh, fucking! How hard is it to roll over a bloody fence? There we go. So the moment it touches that dot. Okay, I might have made the start of this consistent as well. And then the guard doesn't turn. I hate this bloody run. I need to actually start a run. It's this is I can't. This is the only bit of this that I can't like cheese. I'm lost. I can't get over this fucking railing. And then I get spotted. Every time I try and do something to make this easier. One, I'm probably not going to do the whole 4 thing at this point. I need to actually start a run, otherwise I'm going to be like finishing up one, and I've still got packing and stuff to do. Make sure I'm right up against the wall there. 2. I hate this. I really hate this railing. I don't understand how I can get it so wrong every time. One. Lol. And then I go up against the wall. Just can't stop making silly mistakes in this game. That guy saw me, which meant I threw it too early. Or too... I don't know. No, what? Now why is the guard not looking in the right direction? Why is it different? Again, now the guard's not looking, so apparently you can't do it, but sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. I guess I'm gonna have to go back to doing this way. Yeah. Okay. The whole running doesn't work. Right. I'm gonna have to. I need to actually do a run. Otherwise, I'm never going to bed at this point.
Snake, what
All right. Let's see how we do. This is it. My final run before my appearance at Albion Speedrun Marathon Manchester. Actually, before we do the run, I'm going to take a very quick bathroom break. All right, welcome back. Let's do this. Alrighty, here we go. One last run before my live marathon. This will be the second time I've done European Extreme at a live marathon. 3, 2, 1, go. I can't remember if the first time was. I think the first time was all keratins. Hey, Rusi, thank you.
World was split into two, east and west.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was all
This
keratins
marked
the first time
beginning of
round.
the era called the Cold War.
Oh god, this new strat, I got to put keratins into it. Here we go. Nice, easy rooms to start. No horrible, horrible smoke grenades in the wrong places. Grab our backpack. Take a phone call. And we're off. Into Dramuchi Swampland. where we come across our first real set of wildlife. The dreaded crocodile. Watch those snapping jaws and that slamming tail. You never know what might happen. Oh, they're too slow. Sorry, crocodile, you're too late. Drelemuchi North, where we come across our next major predator. Man! I've tried alligator. Long time ago, I can't really remember. I remember it sort of felt a bit like chicken, I think. Alright. The question is how long until we lose Foxhound rank? Clock, click, clock, click, clock, click, click. Just trying to
I'm in HQ.
This is HQ.
just trying to channel point betting.
The enemy is attacking from an unknown location. Give me a Who was that?
Hey, welcome, dude. Trying to get this channel betting up. All right, should be able to do it now. All right, you got 20 minutes. 20 minutes? That's 20 minutes might be a bit too long. Let's go 15 minutes. 15 minutes starting now. It is generic. Will I? Apparently, yeah. I'm actually intending to shave it once I finish the stream. Will I still have? Will I still be on Foxhound rank after I get past Warehouse 1? So beyond Warehouse 1, will I still be on Foxhound rank? Option 1 or option A is yes. Option 2 is no. So it's always that way. Option 1 is always yes or positive or whatever the positive one is. Option 2 is always the negative. So there you go. That's what you're putting your points into, folks. Will I still be on Foxhound rank after Warehouse 1? I've given you 15 minutes. I can't actually remember how far in Warehouse 1 is. That might be too long a time limit. Of course, what's gonna happen if I lose Foxhound rank before the time limit's up, then that kind of screws it all up. On Foxhound is 1, off Foxhound is 2. What? How did I get spotted there? We're gonna keep the prediction going. Keep the prediction going. We'll reset because I'm not having the run die there. We'll reset and just continue for this. So it's now rolled over onto this run. I'm very confused as to how I got spotted there. If anyone has any thoughts, feel free to share them. All right, 3, 2, 1. go.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
I didn't realise my beard was excessively long at the moment. It does definitely need a shape. I was hoping to get my hair cut as well, but I just haven't had a chance. I was hoping to get it cut tomorrow morning before I left, but the hairdresser I usually go to doesn't open on a Thursday. I'm tempted to try and find one in Manchester when I get there. Just because it's starting to get hot, as I'm sure many people know, the temperature is starting to rise significantly, and having really long hair in hot weather is not pleasant. Really could do with having it cut. Actually, I wonder if there's a hairdresser near where my in-laws live.
Snake.
There must be a hairdresser where my in-laws live. Oh, that poor man. It's $1 north, no? Lovely. Ooh, he didn't move over quite as far.
This is HQ.
I was a little worried there.
Patrol here. The enemy is attacking from an unknown position. Beginning.
Ooh, gold split. Nice. I've been seemingly, like, get really consistent at that guard now. Like, I didn't used to be. I got 2 gold splits back to back. I never used to be consistent at that guard, but I can't remember the last time I failed to that guard. Right. Nice, clean, virtuous mission again. Always hated these menus. They feel really rigid. Sometimes you'll see me accidentally save the game, and that tends to be the same thing. It's that there's a delay between button presses. This is really awkward. Oh wow. Look at that. 4.5 seconds gone. Just through slight optimization being not... due to lack of optimization is probably what I should have said there. Lack of optimization. Right, off we go. Let's not screw this up again then. I think I saw something.
Who was that just now, huh?
I wonder if last time I was a little too far out. I swung out to the right a bit too far. Of course, here's the first foxhound killer. Dolanovodno. Or do I go for the... No, I'm not going to go for the old strat. Not going to go for the safety strat. Cool. My second roll was a little off. You notice I waited. I just held off for a second. If you get too far forwards like that, you should just wait for a second, because otherwise you'll get spotted by the first guard. So that's good. We're on. Still on Foxhound as we go into the Ocelot unit. Good. Good. So we've got a long way to go until we get to where we need to be next. I need to reset that split because that says 6 seconds behind. That's because of forgetting to pick up the box. Should take this guy out. Nice. Wonderful. Spot on Foxhound's unit. Very, very pleased with that. And into Chorny Prud. Still got 2 more boss fights to go until we get to Warehouse 1. We do have some crocodiles to not get killed by, which is obviously something we should always be fearful of. How are we looking on the bet? Oh, I can't actually see. Nice. Good RNG with the leech. Chicka-chick. That's the thing, by the way. Leech RNG. Do you get the little cinematic of Snake getting rid of the leech? Oh, bum. Was that enough? Did I recover? Ooh. Actually stunned him. Okay, very, very slow. But I've retained Foxhound rank. very slow Bolshaya Pass base, but we're still on Foxhound rank, so we'll keep going. I've still got enough ammo. I'll just have to make sure I pick up 2 ammo boxes before the pain. That's all. Cool. We're okay. Right, Ocelot unit. Nice! That was a really good Ocelot unit. That was a really good Ocelot fight. We already dealt with the unit. Oh, that wasn't a very good roll, though. So yeah, I seem to have the timing down for the Markor a lot better now. So in recent practice runs, I'd been getting the headshot on Ocelot after shooting the Markor too early. If you shoot Ocelot too early after the Markor, he doesn't stop and react to the Markor being dead because it hasn't had a chance. So all you got to do is hold off on that headshot until you hear the whoosh of, you know, the Markor's body like evaporating and turning into an item box. Once you hear that, then shoot. There we go. And back to full ammo again. And also with that fight, I am back in the green. Only just, but I am back in the green. And still on Foxhound. And it looks like we're just about... The timer for getting bets in is just about to hit. There we go. That was good time. That was a good timing in the end, actually. But I think I definitely needed to reset to make that 15 minutes work. Here's the next run. Here's the next Foxhound killer. Cool, I haven't been attacked by bees this time. Good first phase. Nope. No quick kill on in this time. Oh, hello, Cosmic.
When I was driving home. I had a
But that was still a good pain fight.
Glowing orange object in the sky to the east.
We are getting close. We're getting close to... I'm still on Foxhound. Unfortunately, at the moment I've got no vision at all on how people have voted, on whether people have voted for me to succeed or fail. I think I got a glimpse of it at one point, and it was very much in the fail category. It does start this weekend, but as I'm at my own Speedrun Marathon this weekend, I won't really get much chance to watch it. It's funny how I've said that, you know, I don't think there's enough live events in the UK for speedrunning, when this weekend there are 2 live speedrunning events in the UK. Granted, one of them is the GTA Marathon, which is obviously very, very niche and centered on one thing. All right. Very close. All right, this is it. Whoops, that wasn't very good. Let's go back to the Mark 23 now. All right. Here's where we see if all of that practice paid off.
What happened?
Freeze.
The enemy's here.
Okay, so the answer is no, it didn't. There we go. The answer is no.
What happened?
Second time.
What's wrong?
Congratulations. You win some points. After all that practice earlier, and yep, I fall at the very first hurdle of Warehouse 1. Sorry, fall at the second hurdle. I got the initial roll correct. It was the second one. $402 points. Congratulations. You didn't think I had it in me, and you were right. I hate Warehouse 1. All right, should we double or nothing?
I can read you like an
Do I do Warehouse 2? Do I do Warehouse 2 in one go? Warehouse 2 in one go. Again, as always, option 1 is yes, I do it. Option 2 is no, I do not. Get your bets in. Get your bets in. Oh, but that's the whole fun of betting, right? Right? It's like, he's not bold. Or old. Not old, not bold. A Cornish accent. Get your bats in! I don't know if that's Cornish. Sorry, what? Sorry, excuse me? Since when has that guard ever, that scientist ever just stood up like that? I've never seen that scientist just stand up. What on earth caused him to do that? This game, man. You think you've seen it all, and then something, and then it just throws a complete curveball at you. Nobody here. bit quicker if you just go backwards. That was really slow. Oh, not a very good roll at the end. Thanks. Hey, I didn't think I was doing enough marathons, so I made my own marathon.
He wasn't dead after all.
When there's just not enough marathons in the day, so you make your own marathon so that you can do another marathon. All right, let's give this a go. Slightly new method. Fail. Oh. I think I failed. Yep. Cool. So that's both predictions go in completely the wrong way. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. There we go. That works. Oh. Once again, I can't throw a grenade. Oh, nice. Careful. Some of the geckos are just horrible. Alright, so far so good. Here we go. So slight variation. Yeah! It worked. Dolphin placenta. NDQ nicked on quick. There's one. There's a gecko. Some of those geckos are just freaking awful. I am not looking forward to one day where I attempt European Extreme. Gecko keratin. That does not sound like fun. Too slow. Too slow, and the guard behind me spotted me. You can just roll that guard, but because I like bumped up against a wall, I was too slow. I get it right this time. There you go. Now he's behind that tree.
The enemy's here.
So if you bump him quickly enough, he's behind a tree when he gets up. Slam him. Alright. Can I get the end done first try? My end fights have not been going very well lately. So it'd be nice if this goes right first try. Oh, nice! 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I froze him, so that's a good start. And I have started going back to throwing the smoke grenade as well. Just so that I can finish the fight here. I'm not a fan of trying to chase him down. Oh, except sometimes then that happens. Oh well. Looks like I'm chasing him down anyway. There we go. Cool. I've already been told off by Callista. Apparently, making them want to get back into it. We do still need that. I don't need that, and I do need that. There we go. That should be the only change there. I need to re-equip that because I accidentally unequipped it. This will be my last stream on MGS3 again for a little while. I have only picked up in the last couple of weeks just because of this marathon run, and I'm not intending on now doing and submitting a load of MGS3 runs to marathons. It's just simply this is Albion Speedrun Collective's first event. It is the first one that I'm running, and when I say running, I don't mean running the game. I'm the lead organizer for it. And I'm running in it. You know, it's the first time I'm running in my own live marathon, and I wanted to pull out something good for it. I didn't want to do the stuff that I've been doing, you know, two towers and everything or nothing. I didn't want to just pull one of that. I wanted it to be something really good and really special. And this is my favorite speed run. It is the run that I think is the most impressive of all the runs I do. It's one of the only runs I do that is on the hardest difficulty. I've done harder difficulties on other games. I've done Twin Snakes and I've done MGS1, but this is the only one I ever felt really good at. Wow, MGS1 PC Extreme is piece of piss because it's PC. I have done any % Extreme on console, and that is a bit rough, but I have done it, and I have got Big Boss rank on. Did I ever get Big Boss rank on that? I know I did on the PC version. I can't remember if I've actually got Big Boss rank on console. Anyway, so the point. I've always felt that this is the most impressive run. I mean, the Keratin run is the most impressive run that I do. But I didn't want to push it with time. I wanted to make sure that I was trying to keep the run as short as possible whilst impressive. Obviously, for it to be as short as possible, very easy would have been the thing to do. But European Extreme is obviously, you know, much more impressive and much more interesting. And it's in the difference with this marathon as well. And I've been trying to approach it a bit differently. I've been trying to get people to think a little bit differently about it. I don't think some of the people who submitted really took it into consideration. And it's something I'd want to try and impress on people a little more next time. Is this marathon isn't GDQ. It's yes, it will be live. Not on my channel. It'll be live on the Albion Speedrun channel. So twitch.tv/Albion Speedrun. If you'd like to learn more, you can type !ASC in the chat. That cigar spray didn't go off. Top five liquid puncher. So yeah, you can learn a little bit more about the marathon there. It will be live on Twitch, not on YouTube. Hopefully we'll be on the front page of speedrun.com for a little bit, but I don't know for certain because no one ever knows. When you apply to be on speedrun.com front page, you just never know because their communication around it is god awful. Love Metza, love him to bits, but it's always been really bad at communicating. Anyway, so yeah, that's sort of the intention. But what I was trying to say is this marathon, it's not GDQ, it's not ESA, it's not UKSG. It is a very different. It is a very, very different type of speedrun marathon because it's not its own self-contained thing, and that's the thing that I think people have missed a little bit. I'm running out of ammo. I think I should. I'm running out of. Sorry, not ammo. I'm running out of silencer, but I think I should be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine. I haven't got any more to shoot. Because, oh, don't forget the stun grenade. The point behind this marathon, which makes it different from a lot of other marathons, is it will be, what am I doing? It will be attended by the general public, and that's a huge that makes a huge difference. Our audience, yes, our audience will be a bunch of speedrunners, but a lot of our audience will be people who don't know speedrunning, who've never watched a speedrun before, some people who don't even know speedrunning exists. And that's one of the other reasons why I deliberately chose MGS3. I knew I got that wrong. I was on... Oh! On the front page playing 007. Insta Speedathon must have had front page coverage. Because I think Insta Speedathon's the only time I've... only marathon I've done Everything or Nothing for. That's going to change. I am doing Everything or Nothing for Preventathon as well. That should be better. There we go. So, anyway, going back to what I was saying. That's the reason I chose MGS3, because I wanted a game that people would recognize and people would be really excited for, and look at the schedule and go, "Oh wow, I want to check that out." And this is not me trying to throw shade at any of the other runners. And certainly not me trying to throw shade at any indie runner, any indie speedrun runners. Heck knows, I run Unmetal, I run Mini Ghost, I run plenty of indie games. And they absolutely deserve their place at certain marathons. But I think it is something that came up a lot during when the games committee came together to decide what runs were going to be in. There was a lot of cases where we deliberately picked stuff over other stuff. Like one of the runs that we've got in is Mario Kart World. Is that what the new one's called? Mario Kart World. Yeah, Mario Kart World is in the new one. Ooh. Where is he? Shit. Okay, I'm okay. Oh, he just clipped me. It's okay. Is he gonna turn? Okay, phew. I think that was that first. That was still first try. But I've got no health. Luckily, we're nearly at the point where it doesn't matter. That was yeah, that was a bit sketchy, a little bit sketchy. Yeah, when it came to games committee, there were definitely a few things where we were like, we want to take this over this because the general public will like it more. Mario Kart World is probably the best example. And again, not trying to deliberately throw shade at anyone with this, but just to sort of give you a bit of a sort of insight into how some of this stuff works. The Mario Kart World run was actually the last run we added to the schedule. It's the closer for Saturday, but it's the last run that we accepted and put on the schedule because we didn't feel like the run itself. The run itself is fun. It's it looks great, but the runner didn't have very good. I don't think they had any commentary on it. And we were a bit worried that a run that long, and I've talked about my bias against racing speedruns in the past. It was one that we really weren't sure about. Now, in the end, we needed to put it in because we needed the time. But the main thing that really pushed us towards doing it, putting our own biases aside against racing speedruns or anything else like that, is the fact that the general public are going to see Mario Kart World. It is a game they're all going to recognize, and I know for a fact that they have the event that we're doing it at. They have tournaments for Mario Kart World, so people are already there expecting Mario Kart World, and now they get to watch a speedrun of it, and that's really good. That's a really good thing. So I am really pleased that we have this Mario. Again, as much as I'm not a huge fan of it. And the Mario movie as well. There's loads of stuff like that, and I don't think everyone who submitted really had that in mind. As I say, and it is the reason why I deliberately chose all of my best Metal Gear runs, because I wanted something that was going to wow, something that general public who have no idea what speedrunning is are going to want to watch and go, wow, that's cool. That the other massive advantage of Metal Gear Solid 3 is, one of the things that speedrunning people outside of speedrunning have is this huge stigma about glitches and tricks and stuff like that. It's not a real speed. You're not speedrunning it. You're just breaking the game. You're just glitching. And people don't like glitched. There's a lot of people who don't like or don't get glitched speedruns. MGS3 doesn't have any. Really, the box glide is pretty much the only one, and it's not game breaking. So it also fits that. It is a run purely about tricks and exploits and playing the game well, rather than abusing glitches, which is another good thing for a publicly held speedrun marathon. Exactly. Some people don't get it. And you can go on any of my YouTube video. In fact, the best YouTube video to check out is the first time I ever beat Metal Gear Solid 1 in under half an hour. The first run I did after Bo Biscuit was discovered. It's my most popular video on YouTube. Check through the comments on that, and the amount of comments I get on that run that are, you didn't beat the game, you glitched it, you just cheated, this isn't legit. The one I love with very easy difficulty. Never mind all of the GME and out of bounds and all that shit. One thing that people really get riled up about is, it's clearly a mod. You've got a gun at the start of the game. Just because you never had very easy growing up doesn't mean it doesn't exist. The amount of people, even now that the Master Collection's out and very easy difficulty is much more accessible, people still like either ask me or sometimes do get pissy about it. Like, you're modding you can't. This isn't legit. You've modded the game because you've got a gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, for me personally, going into a speedrun marathon, certainly being on games committee, I absolutely wouldn't turn down a run because it's got glitches. I absolutely wouldn't turn it down. For me, that's what speedrunning. That's what makes speedrunning interesting and fun. And I would never turn down a run just because it's got glitches in it. Unless it's deliberately supposed to be a glitchless marathon. which that exists. No glitches allowed. Oh, that guard turned and looked at me. Unmetal's another good example of a game that doesn't really have glitches. It is more about gameplay and exploits. Exploits are a little easier for people to get around. You know, things like in Unmetal, we don't need to build the compass because we already know which way we're going around the map. You know, that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that you can get away with, and people won't sort of complain about. You know, but like as I say, I always think there is very, very little reason in showcasing MGS1 any percent PC because people just don't get it. And yeah, that's the main thing that I go back to people who make those kind of comments is, oh, if you're not a fan of glitch speedruns, go and search my YouTube channel. I do have one Metal Gear Solid 1 glitchless speedrun if you want to go and watch that instead. And it's surprising because speedrunning isn't as niche as it used to be. The speedrunning community is massive. Like go back 10 years and speedrunning was really niche. You know, I'd say it's probably been about 10. It's probably been not niche for nearly 10 years. I would say now. If you go back 15 years, it was a very, very small community. And now it's mainstream. Certainly in the gaming world, it's mainstream. I mean, people I know who don't play video games, you tell them what it is and they've got no idea. I was talking to my boss about it today, because she's saying, good luck with your event. I hope it all goes well. And I was like, yeah, I'm quietly confident. I'm actually more concerned about my run than the event itself. And just like, what is it? What do you do in your run? And yeah, a lot of developers do. It's one of the things I loved about working with Fran. Working with Unmetal and then Pampas and Celine, is he was very, very keen to make sure that the game was accessible and worked for speedrunners. You can't understand the amount of Oh, bomb. Just wasn't thinking and just decided to hit continue instead of use the fake death pill. The amount of time that was spent between speedrunners and the developer for Unmetal was so, even after launch, Fran was still making huge changes to the game and implementing different things to make the game work for speedrunning. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful when that happens. I'm always so grateful when a game introduces an official timer, because it means you don't really have to bicker about timing methods that much. You're like, game's got a timer, just use that. To any developers who are watching, if you want a good example of the best kind of timer, Klonoa 2 Lunatia's Veil, in my opinion, is the best speedrun timer in a game. Because it's not RTA, so it avoids basically avoid loads. I don't mind whether it's still running during cutscenes, whether it still runs during menus, whatever. As long as you can make it so that the speedrun timer is not running whilst the game is loading, then your speedrun timer will be great. Unmetal 2, as I don't know that much. I know for a fact that Fran is working on his next game. But I don't know anything about it. So whether it was on Metal 2 or not, I wouldn't be able to tell you because I don't. All I know is he is working on his next game. I will say I think it is very, very unlikely to be on Metal 2. From my understanding, There isn't much desire to make another one. I don't know why I've... In fact, having that on might actually screw up fighting Volgin, so I'm not going to. That's awesome. It's not... Oh, I forgot to equip the box. I've kind of like lost this run, haven't I? It's not something I've really tried with work. I've tried pushing events that I'm doing, like when I used to do my own like 24-hour charity events on my own channel, I like pushed them with work and very little came from it. I might have had a couple of people kind of feel obligated to donate some money, and that was it. To be fair, I haven't really pushed it with my new work. I think I did once. I don't know. Oh.
What's this box doing here?
Okay. Oh. I'm saying old and new work. I've been working for the company I work for now for a little over 4 years. But I did get a promotion and a title change a little while ago. About a month ago. So that was cool. That was interesting. That was all because I forgot to place the first C3. Again, I'm more interested in chatting than the run, it seems. Anyway, let's go grab Volgin. Huh. Chuck him down. Huh. Get the SVD out. Bang. Unleash my entire load on him. Giggity. Nice. I once broached that to Fran and Jack LaFear. I said one of the things I'd love to see is if they did a remake of Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2. Is outsource it and let Fran make them, and I think I said it to Jack, and Jack was like, nah, Fran would never want to do that, which I can understand, because he has his own stuff. Oh, that job change took a year. That job change was a year in the making. I was getting very frustrated. I did actually apply for another job. I applied for a different job internally and didn't get it. And I did apply and was actively looking for other work in the meantime. But then finally it all came together. I'm really enjoying it. So I'm now I was a communications coordinator, but I am now a digital marketing executive. Which primarily means I look after our company's website, and I'm in charge of our social media. We have some agencies that actually do our social media for us, so I don't worry too much about actually posting and creating content for it, because I'm not a content creator. I am a content creator. I do, yes, I do also look after our search, our SEO. But again, we have an agency who supplies that for, because you can't, like, it's almost impossible to do SEO internally. You need an entire team and you need a platform for SEO. This is the stun grenade section, so there will be some white flashes for anyone who's sensitive.
There they are.
But yeah, SEO and the company we work with is one of the big projects that I'm going to be working on this year. Like, properly getting it all... It's in a very weird place at the moment, and it needs a lot of love. It is. The company that does it for us, it's really interesting how it works. And I went to their headquarters last month to sort of meet with them, and the way they talked about AI, and they had a whole section on AI, and the fact that you just have to, you don't have to use it, but you have to be aware of it. Because the state of search engines has completely changed just over the last year or so, where AI search is now the norm. You know, you might scoff at the other, I don't use AI, but actually you probably do. You probably use AI search. Maybe not deliberately, but you know, Google by default now gives you an AI result. And that's the kind of main thing that they're looking at. But they're this really interesting graph which showed sort of search engine platforms over the years. So by sort of 10 years ago, there was a big funnel. So 10 years ago, this funnel was massive. You know, you had the likes of Lycos, Ask Jeeves, Yahoo, obviously Google. You know, so many searches, and over the last sort of 10 to 15 years, that funnel has just gone down and down and down and down until essentially it completely bottlenecked to be just Google. Basically, like almost all search engine traffic for the last, you know, until a couple of years ago has been Google. And now it is completely turned on its head because AI search has come in. So now you've got, you know, you've got ChatGPT, you've got Copilot, you've got Gemini, you've got Siri, all of these different AI platforms which are doing AI search. And it was really interesting the way they said that if you're building a website now, your main priority when building a website is no longer the user experience. The main priority of building your website now is the AI experience. How easy and how efficient is it for an AI search to scrape your website's data? Oh yeah, exactly. Because the majority of people on the internet now, well, I say majority, it's not the majority, but a vast amount of users on the internet now aren't going to traditional websites. You know, we're in retail. I work for a major high street retailer. People aren't going to our website to look up store information anymore. They are searching for it on Google, and Google's AI rips all the information it needs from our website and displays it to them. They never click on our website. Pretty much now, the AI does it all. But one thing that they've discovered is that AI does prefer to get its information from an official source. I actually have a really, really good example of how I know that to be true. And if you go on Google and do an AI search for Nick RP Green, it will give you an incredibly accurate response about me, and about my speedrunning and about Speedrun Tools UK and all of that. And that is because I have my own website. So when Google's AI is searching for me, the first place it goes to is my website to scrape the data because it's an official source. And I thought that was really interesting. Like, I hadn't really considered it because, of course, I've searched myself on Google. Everyone searches themselves, but it wasn't until they mentioned that and they talked about, you know, official sources being, you know, AI's preferred method that I then realised, of course it is. That's why my own results are so good. So we got specializations. Hang on, let me talk about this during the bike chase. So specializations. He's best known for speedrunning games like Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, and Metal, for which he is a self-proclaimed world best player. And that will be a direct quote from my website. So yeah, Google's AI wants to know about Nick RP Green, so the first place it goes to is nickrpgreen.com. So it is a lesson. Self-proclaimed world's best player. I mean, I do it. I can't, just because you're a world record holder in a speedrun doesn't necessarily mean you're the world's best player. You might be the world's fastest player. That doesn't make you the world's best player. Someone might be better at the game than you, which is why I've self-proclaimed myself to be the world's best player. I can guarantee you I put more time into that game than anybody else in the world. But I do have plenty of evidence to back up the fact that I'm the world's best player at Metal. I think it's a fair claim. Yeah, if there's my advice to you folks is if you ever do an AI search on yourself and you're not happy with the results, make your own website, write whatever you want, and it's likely that that's what'll get pulled. I mean, obviously it does pull stuff from other places as well. You know, it will almost the stuff about MGS3 and Twin Snakes almost certainly comes from the fact that I've done the runs for GDQ. Street legal claim. But it is very interesting. And that's why I'm really enjoying this new role, because this kind of stuff is way more interesting and exciting to me.
Damn it.
And despite the fact that my old job as communications is my specialty, I've been an expert in communications for 10 years. At this point. So yeah, it's just I'm just taking those communication skills and applying some digital stuff to them, which is really, I say, really exciting. Off. In some cases, in some areas, yes, AI is definitely replacing jobs in some areas, particularly in creative areas. Companies that just have no idea what they're doing, or or have no respect for the creative process are definitely trying to at least downsize and try and fill the gaps with AI, which is completely wrong, in my opinion. I don't have a problem with AI. Let's just sort of, like, actually put this out there. I think AI is an extremely useful tool if you learn how to use it correctly, and you have the correct mindset and respect for it and for what it's trying to do. What I'm not a fan of is generative AI. Generative AI is the thing that is problematic. You know, I'll give you a really good example of something I did the other day with AI that wasn't generative. It was really useful, really helpful, and is the kind of stuff that I want to do more of. Somebody sent me a screenshot of a list of email addresses, a list of email groups that I am in at work, and asked me if I wanted to be removed from any of them because I might not need to be in them now that I've got a new role. It was an image, it was a screenshot, and it had loads of different columns. It had a tick column, and it had a column with just like a symbol with the first letter. Then it had the email address or the name of the group, then the email address, then who was it, like how many members it had, and all of that. And all I did is I put it through Copilot and I said, please give me a bulleted list in the same order with just the names of these email groups. And it did instantly. It would have taken me a good
Let me have some more.
2 to 3 minutes to type the whole thing out, so that I could easily like tick off which ones I wanted to be removed from. But instead, Copilot did it for me in 10 seconds. That's the kind of stuff that AI is great at, and that's the kind of stuff that AI should be used for. AI should not be writing your screenplay. AI should not be creating your poster. AI should certainly not be making video games. I think that's the right way about it. AI should be an assistive tool. It shouldn't replace work. This is all, I think it was last week I had to do, everyone in our company has had to do a training course on AI. It was an in-house training course with our head of IT delivering it, and talking about AI and uses, and you know, it was really, really interesting. And the more he talked about it, the more I realized, actually, I'm not using, you know, we have Microsoft Office at work, so we all have access to Copilot. I'm really not using AI in a way that I could be doing to make my job a little bit easier. So it's something I'm going to try and do a bit more. Because it is a very helpful and very useful tool when done correctly. And I remember seeing recently that there was some story about kids in a certain state in America are having AI, are being taught how to use AI, and it was in a gaming Discord server that I'm in, and it was sort of posted as a bit of a groan, like, oh, you know, oh, all these kids are just gonna, you know, not learn how to make things themselves because they're just gonna get AI to generate everything for them. I was like, I was the complete opposite when I saw that story. I was like, good. AI absolutely should be taught in schools as long as it's taught correctly. Kids should be taught in the same way I had this training course at work. It's like social media. Today, if you haven't heard, Greece is the next country to announce that they are implementing a ban on social media for teenagers. Anyone from next year, anyone under the age of 15 in Greece will not be allowed to use social media. And I at this point, I believe that is the correct decision. A few years ago, I would have pushed further for social media needs to be better educated to kids. But we are now at a point where the big social media giants, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of that, they have been warned for years. For years and years and years, they have been warned that they need to buck their ideas up, make their platform safe, have some accountability, otherwise regulation would be coming in to fix it. And now the regulation, and they're all bending over backwards and saying, oh, this is terrible, this is, anti-freedom of speech, and and all of this. And it's like, you were warned, you've been told for years that you needed to sort this. You only have yourselves to blame.
Nothing to show for it. Heads up.
Oh crap, am I dead? No.
Let's see what you're made of.
When I saw the news today, I mentioned it to my my old. I'm still sat opposite my old line manager, because we haven't had our big desk move yet. So I was talking to her about it, and saying that it's social media. Just she was saying, oh, I miss, I remember being on social media as a kid. I got my Facebook account when I was 12 and all of that. It's like, yeah, but. Oh, she got me. Back then, you created an account on Facebook, and what did you see on your Facebook wall? You saw posts from your friends, and that's where I think Facebook is probably the best example of it. That's where Facebook has just gone so horribly wrong and has been in such need of reform, because it no longer is what it was designed to be. It's in the freaking name. It's called Facebook. It's originally called The Facebook, apparently. But because originally it was supposed to be a book that included all of the faces of your friends.
You're better than I remember.
And it just isn't. I cannot remember the last time I went on Facebook and I actually saw a decent amount of content. Oh, for God's sake. A decent amount of content that was from people I knew. It's all algorithm and sponsored posts and all of that crap. And Facebook has just turned itself into a system that's the thing. The thing with it is Facebook, Meta, and all of these other platforms have said that it's impossible to do the kind of content curation that governments are expecting them to do. And I get that, absolutely get that it is impossible for Facebook to trawl through every single post that could have problems. That could be there's millions of posts created every day. How on earth do you moderate that? Well, the solution is you don't let the platform get to the position that it's in the first place. Facebook and Twitter and all of that, they are unsustainable in their the way the platforms have developed over the years. It is a completely unsustainable platform. It was never the whole, them being told to toe the line and make changes and fix it so that it was safe. It was never about bringing more people in to moderate it. It was about completely changing the model, because the model's broken. Reels, you misclick, you see a girl or a guy just advertising for a platform like Just Friends. It's amazing. Like, one thing that I just cannot get my head around is advertising on some of these platforms. The amount of ads I see on, particularly YouTube's probably the worst for it. The amount of ads I see on YouTube Shorts where it's advertising some game that is a blatant rip-off of Pokemon. It's like, how is it YouTube is advertising, is letting these people pay to advertise on their platform something that is clearly plagiarized? It's like, how, like, this wouldn't happen on television. You know, you wouldn't be watching ITV and then all of a sudden, you know, there'd be some advert for, you know, oh, we're Resco Superstore, you know, every little assists. It wouldn't happen. You wouldn't see it. Because Tesco wouldn't allow it. Oh, crap. Oh, well, the stream's ending now anyway, so it doesn't matter. So can't pause it here. That's it. There's the run over. It all went a bit haywire at the end there because I really wasn't considering. Yeah, and that's been the thing that these social media companies have missed. Is, you know, all of the complaints and all of the whining about, well, you know, we literally can't keep up with the content and we can't manage it and it's an impossible task. It's like, well, that's because you've put yourself in a situation where it is unsustainable because your model is so broken. The only way this gets fixed is if there is a fundamental change, and the problem is that fundamental change comes at a cost. They can't afford to not have all of the sponsored content that they have on their platforms, because otherwise they wouldn't make any money. You know, the only social media platform that I really use now, let's as the run's over, the only social media platform that I really use now is Blue Sky, and pretty much unless I'm in the right mood for it, I only look at my following tab. But when I was before I left Twitter, I only ever looked at my following tab on Twitter. Never looked on Discover. Never looked on any of the other feeds. There's only ever, who am I following? That is all I want to see. Because I just have no interest in seeing the kind of stuff that's being forced and being pushed. And you don't have that option on Facebook. But I despise Twitter. I despise Elon Musk, and I hate what happened to Twitter ever since Elon Musk took over. But Facebook is still the worst. Facebook is undoubtedly the worst social media platform right now. Twitter is still functional. Twitter still functions correctly. A lot of it's behind paywalls, and you know, if you do go on the Discover tab, you are going to get pushed, you know, right-wing Nazi content, and Grok has been programmed to just throw out lies. But it does to a degree function. Facebook just doesn't, Facebook truly is just mindless. A mindless algorithm. And yeah, I can't stand it. But yeah, that was a weird rant to finish this stream on. Really wasn't what I was expecting to sort of come out of all of that. Yeah, it's very interesting. I don't think the UK will be too far behind a social media ban for kids. But I do think there needs to be better education. I absolutely think that AI should be taught in schools, because kids need to be taught how to use it responsibly, how to use it effectively. There are lessons to be had about how to use AI effectively. How best can you use AI to make your job easier and to improve productivity? It definitely should be taught in schools.
Reset.
As in the same way that social media needs to be taught in schools, but also social media education needs to come from parents. You know, the problem is that for the past few generations, certainly let's sort of talk about the last sort of 10-15 years, the rise of Facebook and social media is there hasn't been that education to start with. Where we're at now is we have a generation of parents, like myself, who have grown up with social media, have seen how social media has changed and evolved over those years. And now it is our responsibility to teach our kids how to use it safely and effectively. You know, and unfortunately that's not the case. You look at the kind of children who are being targeted, who do need to be social media taken away from them because their parents have not taken the time to educate them. Now, whether that's because they weren't, they don't have much of an education, or they just don't care and they just expect everyone else to do it for them, I 100% disagree with. It's something that Heidi and I have quite differing opinions on a little bit. I want Alex to be playing video games as soon as he can. I want him to play video games as soon as he can. I want him to have a mobile phone as soon as he can. Not because I think, oh, it's cool and that's what all the other kids are going to be doing, but because these things are part of our lives now. Yeah, back when I was a kid, oh, you don't need a mobile phone. You don't need a mobile phone at your age. You've got to call and all of that. No, now children should have a mobile phone because it is part of our lives, and to restrict them and to say no for too long. I'm not saying he should have one now. He's 2.5. He shouldn't have his own mobile. He's got a mobile phone now, but it's a fun mobile phone where you push a button and it goes la 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 la. Actually, he does have Heidi's old smartphone, but it doesn't switch on. It's just there for him because if he's playing with that, he's not trying to pick up one of ours. So it doesn't turn on. It's got no battery power. It's just something for him to pick up and play with and make him think like he's got a phone. Sometimes he hasn't touched it in forever, but as soon as he is at an age where he starts becoming interested in it, then I want him to have his own phone. Obviously, that phone will be highly regulated. I will be fully going onto the system to put on every parental control and setting and make sure that I have control of it and all of that other stuff. Same with game consoles. Same with I want him to have his own PC. I want him to have his own laptop because these are integral to our lives now, and to take that away from children and not let them experience that is, in my opinion, completely wrong. It's an argument that I've always had with Heidi about teaching. You've heard me say before that my wife Heidi is a teacher. She teaches creative arts. She's primarily music, but she has taught drama. One of the other things she's taught is media studies. And I have always been of the opinion, and I think she agrees with me a little bit of this, that her school has a very strict mobile phone policy, which is every kid gets a magnetic bag. So when they get to school, they get this I think it's called a maglock bag or something like that. When they arrive at school, they put their mobile phone, into the bag. There is a magnetic lock just outside the school entrance that they put the bag up to. It locks the bag, and then they put the bag in their bag. They put the bag in their rucksack. So they have their mobile phone on them at all times. It's not like it gets confiscated or put away, but for the entire school day, they have no access to it whatsoever. They cannot open it. The only way they can get it, they can open that bag is at the end of the day when they leave the school. They put it up to the metal, the magnet, and it opens it again. The only way they have it. And I think that's great. I think it's a great idea because you can't have kids having mobile phones in school because it's going to distract them from learning and all of that. Except in media studies, I genuinely believe that as soon as one of those children walks into their media studies lesson, their phone should be unlocked and it should be on their desk, because it's a tool. That's what media is now. You have to learn about it, and the best way of learning is by doing. And that's the thing that I still don't think some people have quite understood. Certainly some teachers and some education boards haven't quite understood, is that you need to embrace it. It's no good just hiding it away. Embrace it. Get kids to learn about it. Get kids to respect it. And that's absolutely what I will be doing with Alex. I want him to learn everything he can about technology, about social media, about video games, about speedrunning. You know, the first time I get to do a co-op speedrun with my son will be the best thing in the world. If he's interested. If he's not interested, then we won't do it, obviously. But, you know, I want him to learn about these things so that he can learn to respect them and that he can use them safely and that he can use them effectively. Because it's really, really important these days. It can't be like when I was growing up. You know, we didn't have mobile phone. We didn't have smartphones. I got my first smartphone when I went to university. I was 20, I think, when I got my first smartphone. Alex won't be 20 when he gets his first smartphone. Probably be 10, I would imagine. I don't know exactly. It depends how all of this shifts over the next 5 to 10 years. Yeah. Anyway, the moral of the story is go to twitch.tv/Albion Speedrun, give us a follow, and check out the marathon this weekend, live at Manchester Anime and Gaming Con. I will be there, shitting bricks all weekend, especially when I'm on stage running Metal Gear Solid 3. But, you know, at every other point, because it's my first time running a live marathon, and it's scary, and it's fun, and it's exciting, and I hope people really enjoy it. And yes, we are also, if you hadn't heard, we are also going to be restreaming the Italian speedrun community's upcoming marathon. The marathon is called, I'm gonna have to pull up Discord for this. So bear with me a moment. Giochi d'un fiato. Oh, thank you, Headphone. Which I've already forgotten what it means. But it is running the 9th and 10th of May. I've got the schedule up right now. Which one are you doing? Have you got a different name? Oh no, there it is. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Second run of Sunday. Nice. I'm looking forward to that run because I've had that run on Fast Travel and it was awesome. So yeah, we are so this is by the ISC, the Italian speedrun community. Saturday the 9th, Sunday the 10th of May. It does happen to be the same weekend that Speed-Ons, which is the big French speedrunning marathon, is on, which GDQ are doing the English restream for. So we are kind of competing with GDQ that weekend for English restreams. Isn't the best thing to be doing, but it means that it's going to be very relaxed. It is going to be a very relaxed environment. It's going to be a bit of fun. But yeah, one of the representatives from the ISC approached me and asked if Albion Speedrun Collective would be interested in doing the English restream. I've never organised a restream before. I've been in one. I did some commentary for one of the French ones a couple of years ago. But I figured I had to think about it, and I thought, well, here's how I do it. And it doesn't actually sound that complicated. So that's what we're doing. We are intending to cover every run on the schedule, except on Saturday afternoon, there's a Harry Potter run, which we are going to take a break on. We are not going to feature that. And then on Sunday afternoon, there is an interview with the charity, which we won't be attempting to do any sort of translation or commentary for. We will take a break for that as well. There's just no point. There's no point in trying to do something with that. But yeah, there's loads of really cool runs, and we are after volunteers to commentate. So if you've ever considered commentating before, this is a really great opportunity to give it a go for the first time, because there's no pressure. you may be live on your own. You may only be live with another commentator. You've not got the runner there. There's no pressure for this to be like the best commentary ever. It is a fun opportunity to give it a go. You watch what the runner does and commentate on it. It is very, very simple, and it will be a lot of fun. So if you've never done commentary for a speedrun marathon before and you'd like to have a go, then give it a go. I'll give you the link to the sign up form. There is the form. Oh, let me get the short one. I'll probably make this a redeem at some channel command, text command. I don't think any of my messages are sending out on my chat. I'm going to refresh that chat and try that again. All right, let's try that again. Ba-ba. There we go. Now it works. So yeah, if you'd like to give it a go, and it doesn't matter your experience commentating. Could be the first thing you've ever commentated. You could have commentated 100 times before. It doesn't matter. We will take whoever is interested in having a go. But it also doesn't necessarily matter your experience with the run you want to commentate. Ideally, we want people who at least know their game. You know, if you know the game, that's a good start. And we do ask on the form what your experience with the game is, only because if we do have any games that have an overwhelming, say we've got 20 people who all want to commentate the same game, we can only take a maximum of 3, then we will probably go with the 3 who have the most experience. But we are not expecting every single game to be filled with commentators. First non-MGS game in a marathon. That's awesome. So congratulations on getting it into a marathon, particularly because this is live. Is this live or is this? Yeah, no. I remember checking it out. This is a live marathon in Italy. This isn't an online marathon. Well, it's being streamed online, but it is a live event. So that must be a bit daunting, but congratulations, dude. And what I'd say to you, and what I would say to anyone else who is running in this marathon, is reach out to your gaming communities and say that we are doing that. I believe we're not the only restream as well. I'm sure I remember hearing that there is another restream in a different language. Let me check my messages that I had with the announcer. I'm sure they said. I can't remember. I'm sure they said that there's another group that are doing a different. Oh, Polish. Thank you, Headphone. Yes, there is that's it. There is a Polish restream as well. So what I would say to anyone running in the marathon, go to your communities and let them know that there is a Polish restream and an English restream looking for commentators. As we get closer to the event, I will probably go through, find the games in the schedule that we don't have people applying for, and deliberately go and ask those communities. So far, the only community I deliberately reached out to is the blindfolded community, because I'm already in the blindfolded community, and there is a blindfolded Ocarina of Time run. So I deliberately went straight to them and said, "This is happening. We're after commentators. If anyone's interested." I'll be honest, I don't think I got much response to that, which is a bit of a shame, because that's the kind of thing where you do desperately need commentary, because there's not going to be much to listen to from the runner. I'm gonna, just because I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna check now. Did I ever actually get a response from anyone? Nope. No one. Nobody responded. Not even the runner. I pinged the runner in that channel, and not even they've responded or done anything with it. So can't get the staff. Hopefully we will. So So yeah, if it's something you'd be interested in doing, and and I would very much appreciate as many people as we can get hold of for it, because we want to do a good job, and we can only do a good job if we've got the commentators. If not, you're going to listen to me commentate, because as the crew, we will do our best to fill any runs that we haven't got. So if you don't want to listen to me commentate 50% of the runs, then get your applications in. I've applied to one. There's a Vice City run which I've applied to commentate, because obviously I have ran Vice City. It's not the exact category that I've ran, but I have ran Vice City. So I figured that would be one that I'd want to commentate for. There's other ones that I'm aware of. Head for News run of Claire Obscura. I know of the run because I've had it on fast travel, so I could, I remember a bit of it. I don't remember all of it, but I remember a fair chunk of it, so I could probably muddle my way through it. Looking at the schedule, what else is on the schedule that I might be able to muddle my way through a little bit? I've seen a fair bit of Jet Set Radio. Probably be all right with that. I'd say Hogs of War, but we've already got people. Hogs of War has been the really popular one. Really, people really want to commentate Hogs of War. VVVVV, I know the game quite well. I'd probably do a good job of commentating that. Hollow Knight and Silksong, I'd have a crack at. Probably be all right with them. Resident Evil 5, again, I know the game and I know a bit about Resident Evil speedrunning. So that'd be all right. Portal 2, although Portal 2's run is Celeste mode, all red berries. So I got no idea. So forget that. Dark Souls Remastered, any percent? I did start learning Dark Souls once, but I really struggled with it, so I gave up. Jack 2, I know the game very well. Don't know the speedrun very well, but I know the game very well. Antichamber, I've seen a lot of speedruns of Antichamber. I think that's probably it. Yeah. A Chicken Run. Apparently the Chicken Run speedrun is quite like Metal Gear Solid, so that might be a good one. Video space for in English. So if that would be the other thing that I would that I'll be doing, is once we've got our commentators, I would then I encourage those commentators to reach out to the runners. Probably maybe go and join the Italian speedrun community server, but reach out to the runners and say, look, we're doing. I don't know if the community, if the Italian speedrun community are doing anything like that. It's likely they are. They probably are asking their runners to provide some information so that they can share it with the two restreams. But yeah, I'd encourage people to sort of reach out, and obviously, assuming there isn't too much of a language barrier. Yeah, this is why ideally it should be commentators who know the games. So yeah, if the other thing I'd say is share that out. If you're not following us on Blue Sky yet, then please do. We are at albionspeedrun.co.uk on Blue Sky. And by following us on Blue Sky, you can reshare and like and all of that good stuff on Blue Sky. And just the main thing for us at the moment is getting the word out. Obviously, our major focus is the marathon this weekend. But once that's out of the way, then we'll do a big push on trying to get this out, and we're going to push it at the event. We will talk about it at the marathon as well, and hopefully get some interest in that. So yeah. The best thing that anyone watching can do for Albion Speedrun is to share. Let people know what we're doing. Let people know that we're looking for commentators, and share the fact that we've got an event this weekend. Because we are competing this weekend. GTA Marathon is on. There is another English-based speedrun marathon on this weekend as well. It is an online marathon, not a live marathon. Unfortunately, I would not have done the marathon this weekend if we had any choice. But
Reset.
thanks, Live Split. I reset like 5 minutes ago. now it's only just decided to whatever. If I'd had the choice, I would not have done the marathon this weekend. But we are tied to doing the marathon at the time and place of the event we're piggybacking off, so we didn't have much choice. So yeah, not the best weekend to be doing it, but hey, if you don't like GTA, or you're not interested in GTA speedrunning, then you're not going to want to watch GTA Marathon. Come watch us instead. Yeah. Anyway, it is late. I do need to do some packing. Ready to then pack my car tomorrow, because I'm leaving tomorrow. So yeah, have a fantastic weekend. There is no stream tomorrow night. And I do hope that you will all check out the marathon, particularly for my run. Also, we do have some bid wars that are already live. There's a bid war for the costume that the Tomb Raider run will use, and there's a bid war for which route in Resident Evil 2 is either going to be Claire A or Claire B, and there's a bid war between Claire A and Claire B. There is also a milestone that is not active at the moment, which will be for me to do my Snake Eater run in costume. The only reason it's not live at the moment is because we don't want to set it live until day 2, where we can actually set a decent amount for it. I didn't want to set it too early and then, say, originally I'd set it to 200 quid just for testing, but I don't want us to raise 500 quid by the end of day 1 and be like, oh, well, we hit the milestone, halfway through day 1. Now there's nothing really to push. So we'll probably have it live with a set, once we've got an idea of how it's going, with a set milestone on Sunday. But that does mean, because it's a milestone, every donation we get counts towards it. You don't need to pick it, because it's just, if we raise a certain amount of money before the run, I will do the run in costume. We don't have to donate towards it. Every donation goes towards it. Yeah. Capiche? All good? Go check us out. I will see you on the stream at the weekend. Good night.